Hey there, folks. So, this episode, we're off to a good start. Doing some debugging between episodes, I found out the hit detection in the line trace isn't actually working. We'll cover that in a minute, but you'll also see in the top right there, I am actually now including a tally per episode of the total number of errors that the AI makes, I should say. The reason being for that is I want to just sort of keep that visual representation because they actually make quite a few errors. So there's the first one with the line trace. In here, it told us to fix a couple of things. So we go through and we check that. We can see the issue here is the line trace is ignoring visibility. So we'll fix that. I just switched it over to custom and set that to block. Compile that. We give this a quick test just to make sure this is working. All right, you can see in here, other than it being laggy, we're actually putting damage onto him now, and he does eventually die. And line trace is still working for everything else, which is what we want to see. So quickly, I wanted to fix the rotation on the socket. I don't know if this was an AI error or not. I'm just going to say it was down to the particular weapon that we were using. And here you can see it is in our hands. Now, obviously, there needs to be some additional work there. You can see it sort of floating away. That's just the basics. I'm not going to blame the AI for that one. All right, so now that's working. What is the AI going to tell us to do next? Well, here I'm explaining to the AI. I don't know why, but I have found this helps when you explain what the problem was. Well, it helps it learn, so it's the whole purpose of the AI. So, on the wave spawner. It's telling us we need to create a new actor. Spawn numbers of bots for each. Wave counter. Yeah, so it wants this to be a actor derived class. So BB wave spawner. Copy the name just so I get it right. Hop over back into the editor and we're going to add that class in. All right, and with that, I can just copy everything. I don't know why I keep doing this. I do the click and drag when I can just click the top right. Head over to our header file, paste all that in. And then we'll grab the stuff from the source file, and we'll paste that in. All right, so in here, everything looks like it is working. All right, that's just a timer to start the next wave after 3 seconds. All right, so everything there looks good. Create a blueprint. Yeah, put it in the level and hit play. All right, so we'll give that a shot. And it's not covered, but between these cuts, I have recompiled the engine so that all of this stuff is here. Opening that up just so we can assign the bot. And apparently this takes a while. So, all right. Enemy class. Just going to assign the bot there. Again, a lot of these are quick cuts that I'm doing. Just because there's a lot of wasted time otherwise in these episodes. And they're already longer than I want them to be, as these are meant to be a quick, fun thing. All right, what do I do next? I believe, memory serves, I bring the AI spawner in. Well, actually, sorry, I get rid of the bot that's already in there. If this decides to work, there we go. And bring the AI spawner in, and we'll give it a play. So we got a bot spawn. I have no idea why my rifle's all of a sudden pink, but it does have quite a nice emissive to it. So kill him. 3 seconds later, we get some more bots spawn. Kill that last one. And we should have some more spawn. Yep, there we go. And then last wave spawns. And you can see the waves get bigger each time. Now, the AI are not the best. But that's working. So, and I'm sorry, by the AI not being the best, I mean the bots. So they have a very basic just move to the player. All right. What's the next thing the AI wants us to do? Upgrade system. Okay, let's see what that does. Progression and tension between the waves, feel rewarding, and replayability. All right. That makes sense. So we're going to create a basic upgrade manager, apparently. Tracks the upgrade points, let the player choose one upgrade between the waves, applies effects, pauses the game during upgrade selection, will later will improve UI elements. Okay. And then just directing it that that's what we want to work on. Because again, I'm letting the AI dictate what we do. So if it bounces around in weird places, it bounces around in weird places. So here we're going to create the new AI manager class. Upgrade manager class. And what am I looking for here? I don't even know. Actor component. Oh, yes, this is we're adding the upgrade component to the player character. We're creating the upgrade component that we add to the player character, I should say. We're going to copy and paste over our header information and our source file. Just it's one of the reasons why I'm using the naming convention that the AI has provided is I can just copy and paste and everything works. All right, now we need to add it to the player. Throw that in here under our gun. It's missing the include. That's not a problem. Oh, but that's another error. It does not say to add the include. And that's the reason why I'm tracking these things is, yes, the AI can write code for you, but it doesn't do a good job. Like I'm approaching this, or I'm pretending in this case that I know nothing about C++, and I'm having it write the code for me. Well, it's not telling me add the include. It's not telling me a bunch of things. It's why I've got this error tracker in the corner there. All right, so we're going to reload the project. That's in place. Okay, at the end of the wave, give the player an upgrade point in the wave spawner. We are going to go add that in. Okay. I'm just reading over everything it's doing here. Getting a reference to the player character, then the upgrade component, and if that all works, then... Now here I've decided, because if we add it in start wave, it's going to give a player an upgrade right after the first wave. Or right before the first wave. And I don't want it to start off with an upgrade point. Like it kind of defeats the purpose. So I make the executive decision here, and that's to add it into the tick function. I know it's not the best. This may end up backfiring on me, and I may end up doing other things, but There's another error. It didn't tell us to add the include file. It's your player. In your player tick function, hook a key. I love how it's being vague. Now it's adding in the upgrade. So 1, 2, or 3. That's the numerics. So for reference, E keys 1, 2, 3. Those are the ones at the top of your keyboard above your letters. Don't have a player tick function. Okay. So that's another error. I believe it shows up now. Yep, there we go. So first thing we need to do here is add in the player tick function, because obviously that is not something that is currently present. So copying the basic one there, we want to add that into our protected section. For anyone who's watched the main series, I am not using my personal preferences of the order of private, protected, public. I am just throwing things in. So we create that tick function, and we're going to add in the super tick and the component information. Or do I not add super tick? I think I might have broken things there by not adding super tick in. But again, sort of not on me. But all right, so we're going to set up for the damage multiplier. And that is in our gun component. So in here you can see a actor hit. Again, another error here. We don't have the include for the upgrade component. Now we've got that. There's going to be an issue. And I covered that. Well, come around and find that a little later. But a actor, hit actor, was it owner character? Letting it build. Error there. Blueprint read only. Here's another error that the AI makes actually quite frequently. I can understand why the AI makes this one, but at the same time, you'd think it would know better by this point. Meta allow private access has been a requirement for quite some time, that even the most basic of LLMs should have picked that up. Let's see. So now here's some other ones. Set max health. Well, we don't have those functions. Another error, obviously. So if we take a look, owner character, set max health. Well, first and foremost, owner character is being cast to a character. It's never going to have that. We can't override a character. Well, you could if the custom engine version, but not doing that. So in here you can see I'm taking a quick look, just going through, and well, let's talk to the AI about it, see what it says. Now we're telling it a character doesn't have a function for set max health. If you notice, I am trying to be case sensitive. I'm trying to not confuse the AI. You're absolutely right. Yeah. So now it's having us add a new component. This is for health. And again, for anyone who is following along with the other series, my C++ survival, this is why I have that TF character class. So I can just add this to one actor and it affects the bots, affects the player character, all of that stuff. But it's what the AI is telling us to do. So let's copy all this component stuff over. All right. And we're going to have to add this to the player character. See, if I was doing this personally, I would have just added to the Bot Barrage character those two functions, and instead of casting to a character, I would have cast to a Bot Barrage character. It makes things easier. You don't have to add an actor component. Now, ultimately, that's just how I would do it under this situation specifically. In reality, I wouldn't even do that. I would, again, like I said, have a derived BB character that is used to apply all of the stuff to the main, or to all characters. So that's the player, that's the bots. But, hey, we're letting the AI do it. And yes, there's two errors there. One for we don't have those functions, and one for it didn't tell us to use this include. All right, let's copy this over now, and let's see what it does. So there we go. Find component by class. If you notice, the other functions aren't anything to worry about. Damage multiplier, that's just something that's on the upgrade component. And owner character get movement component max walk speed, that's something that's part of a character, so we're not worried about those. And another error here because it is missing the include again. That's it for this one. Thanks for watching. If you got something out of it, go ahead and throw a like, comment, or subscribe. It really does help the channel. If you want to take it a bit further, become a member or drop a super. It's a solid way to support my work. Appreciate you sticking around, and I will see you on the next episode.